Now, when it comes to sport in particular, India's neighbours seem to be battling some serious concerns. Athletes in Afghanistan are battling a rigid Taliban, even as sporting disciplines are being scrapped one by one. Bangladesh just lost hosting rights to a Cricket World Cup, and that is because of political instability and utter chaos that has gripped the country, affecting every other facet of sport too. Sri Lanka is still recovering from their economic crisis and struggling to stay afloat. Pakistan is still in shambles due to their economic vulnerability, leading to a disarray in their sporting culture. To the extent that athletes are fleeing the country to seek asylum in Europe. Pakistan's Hockey Federation has banned 3 hockey players, Murtaza Yaqoob, Ihtesham, Aslam and Abdur Rahman, along with the team physio. Why? For attempting to run away from Pakistan and seek asylum in a European country. And while this was illegal, wait till you hear the rest. Last month, Pakistan had travelled to Netherlands and Poland for the Nations Cup, a tournament that serves as a qualification for FIH Pro League. And since the country was travelling to Europe, every member of the squad was issued a Schengen visa, of course. The tournament got over, Pakistan finished 4th. The team made its way back to Pakistan. And after an abysmal performance, Pakistan Hockey Federation, or the PHF, announced a national camp for the squad. But these 3 players, Murtaza, Ihtesham and Abdur, skipped the camp, saying they had some personal matter to tend to. All 3 of them gave the camp a miss. In reality, though, this is what happened. They travelled to Netherlands on the Schengen visa, not to tend to any personal matter or to be a tourist, but to seek political asylum. The athletes have now been banned by the PHF, although they are still in Europe. PHF has asked Pakistan consulate to bring them back. So what are the repercussions of something like this? Pakistan hockey will face difficulties in acquiring visas for international tournaments. But what has led to athletes taking such a drastic step in the first place? For months now, PHF's financial situation has been poor. The players on national duty have faced regular delays over their daily allowances and even travel allowances, which is quite obvious when the whole country is struggling economically. How will a hockey board alone prosper, or the situation be any different? And the truth is, Pakistan hockey isn't in the same state that it once was. They recently failed to qualify for the Olympics. They are no longer the Olympic giants or world beaters that they used to be. But I would mislead if I did not speak of what is happening across sporting disciplines in the country, because this is no isolated incident. Pakistan has somehow slipped into a slump that players across all sporting disciplines want to escape from. Just earlier this year, about 5 months ago, a Pakistani boxer, Zohaib Rashid, who went to Italy to take part in an Olympic qualifying event for Paris, stole money from his teammate and disappeared, vanished without a trace. Rashid was a successful Pakistani boxer. He had won bronze at the Asian Boxing Championships just before. So for him to do something of this magnitude only shows how deplorable conditions in Pakistan already has been for their athletes. Some years ago, 2 Pakistan boxers went missing after the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. The documents of these athletes were still with the team management. It is safe to assume they fled to get away from the crumbling system that is wrought in Pakistan. Pakistan's #1 shuttler, Mahoor Shahzad, reflected on this very issue back then.
We don't have any international level training facility in Pakistan like India. Pakistan does not really have a strong sporting culture, and the majority of the sporting scene is dominated by cricket. There is not a lot of awareness of badminton as well. The training that we do is on our own as well.
Shahzad was a top brass player from Pakistan, national champion. But the facilities have been so appalling that it has not helped a player of her caliber to breach the ceiling, get better, develop and grow into someone much more. Facilities aren't top-notch, and even so, lack of proper funds peg them back. And we don't have to go too further behind to prove all of this. Arshad Nadeem, who just won Pakistan's first individual Olympic gold at Paris, did so on his own might, his own time, his own grit, passion and investment. Sure, he got help from those around him, his near and dear ones, his village, but not the country, not the government, especially when he needed them the most. The recognition and grace only came after he won the gold. Before that, the athlete wasn't even supported with any proper equipment or additional help. And even if we go over to talk about the most lucrative sport, cricket, the one that gets most attention in the country. The stadiums are in shambles. The infrastructure has not been revamped, which is under the process now to get ready for the Champions Trophy, another big project that has to kick off next year. If cricket itself is facing this, you only have to imagine other sporting disciplines. While many continue to, of course, stick around to fight another day, many others seem to be taking the more riskier route to escape crisis and a livelihood that seems bleak.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree. One tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Abdur coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Abraham coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.